member-based organization, I don't think that takes us that far. And I think it's also important that the report of the eminent persons group, which did spell out, which did recommend very specific things that can be done with non-compliant states, we were taken about by the community. The next point we made was that in the course of talking about human rights, the Charter kind of qualified that because there's a reference to we will protect and promote human rights with due regard to the rights and responsibilities of member states of ASEAN. Which kind of like saying, yes, we'll do this, but we have some reservations. We think that's a contradiction, and we were a little concerned about that. So that's something that we will have to watch out for. Our third point was that the Charter, like I said, the Charter sets out aspirational goals on human rights and fundamental freedoms. At the same time, within the two same provisions, talking about the purposes and principles of ASEAN, there were references to the principle, and I quote, the principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of ASEAN member states. And that's repeated in different cases. And that's, again, troubling. And we've seen that this week. We've seen that this week with Myanmar. And I think there's no running away from it. And I think the leaders of ASEAN have to recognize that these statements, perhaps they were becoming necessary to get all member states to read the Charter. But I think it's important that everyone recognizes that these repeated emphasis on non-interference and the sovereignty of member states presents a problem for you when there's a difference in opinion. When you have a family, and I think one of the members of the audience here referred to the family as having a mad uncle. He said he doesn't want to talk to the rest, doesn't agree with the rest. I think that's a real problem. We see that this week, and ASEAN does need to look into that and work better on it. Last 2 points, 2 more points, which we made related to civil society processes. The Charter did not have any explicit reference to the civil society organizations, which we think is not desirable, being one, obviously. Having said that, I take some comfort from some remarks made yesterday, which were reported in today's papers by the outgoing Secretary General, where he said, we acknowledge that there is a role for CSOs, because some governments think that serious governments decide, but he took the view that there's a role for CSOs because governments can't cover everything. And people, it's important to give a part for people and CSOs to play that role in moving ASEAN forward. And so on a similar vein, one of the things ASEAN that has been looked for, and you will note that from Raymond's presentation earlier, there were all these declarations on migrant workers, human rights, and that's, I think that's because all the ASEAN states have either ratified or acceded to CEDAW, the Convention for Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, and CRC, Convention on the Rights of the Child. All of the ASEAN states. And these two are part of the UN's 6 international human rights treaties. So that actually forms a base of human rights law within ASEAN, which all the member states should be compliant with. And I think that's a starting point. So it's a little disappointing that, and I recognize that the Charter is meant to introduce good processes and structure, but it remains a little disappointing that we didn't talk about these issues, because it's something that obviously all the member states have to read through. So why didn't we talk about it? So again, that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. And I think, we concluded our position paper, our statement on the Charter, by going back to the issue of representation, which I already mentioned. ASEAN seeks to be a rules-based organization under the Charter, but there are no rules around ratification. There's no agreement between the countries on when to get this done. There's nothing binding on that, and that's a little disappointing. That's also a little bit of a missed opportunity. In fact, while various leaders, various heads of state of ASEAN come up and say, yes, we're not going to win 1 year. I think there are some notable exceptions who didn't say anything about timelines. So, like I said, that's something something that bears watching out for, and it's something that I think all of us, there's a role to play. There's a role for all of us to play in keeping our dialogue, keeping some kind of pressure on our own respective governments to get different members of